and welcome to Introduction to R Programming. I am very excited that you are taking this course, and I just want to give you a warm welcome. This is one of my favorite courses to teach, and so I'm very excited that you're taking the course. In this quick introduction video, I just want to introduce you to the setup to the course and just give you some tips and tricks on how to be successful. So what you see here is the Canvas shell. I'm still working on getting everything ready for this semester, but yours will look very similar to this. On the left-hand side, you'll see your usual things that you can navigate to. And some of these will probably disappear by the time the semester starts. Don't worry about that if that is the case. As always, you'll want to make sure that you read through the syllabus for the course. Let me know if you have any questions. So under the How to Be Successful in the course, that's probably where you found the video that you're watching right now, which is great. One of the other things that you're going to find in that course is I do plan on setting up office hours this semester. There are 40 people in this course. So there's no way for me to find office hours that match with everyone's schedule, but I do want to do the best that I can. So also in this section, you're going to find a quiz that is about office hours, just basically a survey. You'll get full credit for taking it, but it's just a survey for me to try to collect times that might work for, the largest percentage of people in the course. Now, with that being said, once I set office hours, there's no way that they're going to work for everybody all the time. So at any point in the course, feel free to email me questions that you have, or if you need to set up an individual appointment. I'm also going to talk about the virtual code clinic that I've set up in the discussions for you to get help as well. So you'll have lots and lots of options for help even if you can't make it to office hours. Now I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about the general structure of the course. Each week a new module will open and it'll look very similar to what you see here. The module will start out with an introduction that kind of goes over what we're going to cover for the week. The next thing you're going to see is an applied extension assignment. Typically what the applied extension assignments are going to be is you're going to take the knowledge from the previous week and kind of extend and apply that knowledge. Now obviously for week 1 we haven't had a previous week, so we're going to use the very first applied extension just to make sure that you have R and RStudio installed on your computer, that you can open up and create an R script. And so there's videos in here to help you with that. And so I'll go ahead and click so you can see this. So you'll notice that you have the objectives as well as the materials you need. This video is going to walk you through step by step how to create a script, edit a script, and save it. So you'll want to make sure you watch this video after reading the notes that are located here. Now one thing that this video does not cover, it does not cover how to install R on your computer and RStudio, and it also doesn't go over file management. If you have trouble with either of those, there are supplemental videos down here that I made for a previous semester. The first one is for a Windows machine, the second one is on a Mac. And so again, if you have any trouble installing R or RStudio, please watch one of these videos. And at the beginning of each of those videos, I'll talk a little bit about file management. And what I mean by file management is how to create a folder on your computer, how to find files on your computer, and how to move files around. File organization is going to be fairly important for the course, so you do want to make sure that you know how to do that on your computer. If you're unsure, again, the videos are fairly short, so I recommend, just watching the first pieces of them just to kind of refresh on how to do that on your computer. The other thing is both of these videos are from a previous semester and they'll reference installing something that is called MikTeX. You do not need to complete those steps in the video. You can just fast forward when it gets to that step. And so that'll be the very first thing you do this week is that applied extension. The next thing after the applied extension will be a lecture. And so for each of the lecture videos in the course, you'll have a script that you'll open up in RStudio, and you'll be able to follow along with that script while watching the video. You don't have to watch the videos in one sitting. You might want to watch 10-15 minutes and then move on. They'll typically be somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour in length for each of them. There'll also be recommended reading. There are 2 texts for the course. They are both free. They're located online, and I have those linked here for you. Well, this reading. The other one, as we need it, will also be linked. I want to highly recommend that you watch the videos for the course. In the past, sometimes when students have questions, I'll usually ask, have you watched the videos yet? And the answer will be no, not yet. Highly recommend watching the videos. Those are really going to help when it comes to both the applied extension exercises as well as the lecture practice, which is going to be the next piece we look at. The lecture practice is going to basically have you replicate what was done in the lecture videos. Most of these will be based on those lecture videos. This first one will be just a little bit different. You'll do some additional readings, but as we move forward in the class, you'll see that these lecture practice go right along with those lectures. And so again, watching those is very helpful. The other piece that you'll notice here at the bottom is the Virtual Code Clinic. And so there are two ways to reach the Virtual Code Clinic. This is essentially the discussions in Canvas. You can either click on the link which will be provided in the lecture practice pages, or if you click on discussions, and you'll notice I'm still renaming these, you'll also be able to find these here. What this is going to be is this is going to be a place where you can post both the code you're running and a screenshot of the error that you are receiving. I'm going to really recommend that everybody, post the errors that you're getting, but also to answer each other's questions. One of the best ways to learn how to code is to debug code. So in other words, help other people when they get something wrong, and then also to debug your own code. I think a lot of times when people get errors, they think, oh no, I've done something wrong, I shouldn't be getting these. You're going to get lots and lots of errors in this class, and that is perfectly natural. That is a part of learning how to code, so never feel like, oh no, I'm doing really bad. You're not, I promise. I still get errors to this day. So in order to encourage you to post your errors, to ask questions, but also to answer each other's questions, in the syllabi, you will notice that a portion of your grade is based on participation in the Virtual Code Clinic. And so you will get points based on posting questions that you have or posting errors that you get, as well as helping your fellow classmates. And how those points are allocated will be described in the syllabus, and so you can get more information there. And again, this is really just to encourage you that when you come across, when you have trouble or you come across questions, I really want you to ask those, and then I really want you to also communicate with one another, because that's one of the best ways to learn to code. And again, more information there is available in the syllabi or syllabus. And so that is the basic structure of the course. And so the best advice that I can give on how to be successful in the course is to really engage with the material. This is a coding class, so the more practice you have, the quicker you're going to learn. Learning R, there's a fairly steep learning curve. You're going to feel a little overwhelmed at first, and that's perfectly natural. I usually explain to people, that when you're first learning, it almost feels like you've just been thrown in the deep end of the pool, and you're like, oh my goodness, how could I ever learn all of this? That is a completely natural feeling, and that's, in some ways, for better or worse, that's kind of how it is when you start to learn to code. So don't worry if you start to feel that way. The more you work on it and the more you immerse yourself, you're going to feel more and more comfortable. And so if you're kind of scared at first, I promise, don't worry, you'll get past that stage, and by the end of the course, you'll be like, wow, I can't believe, how far I've come in terms of programming in R from that very first day. And so ask lots and lots of questions, engage with the material, watch the lecture videos, ask me questions, ask your peers questions. And if you really engage with the material, which I know can be difficult, it is an online environment, but you have lots of avenues for that, you're going to do excellent in the course. And again, by the time we get to the end of this class, you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe how far I've come in such a short amount of time. So again, I just really want to encourage you at any point, if you need help with anything, please reach out. That's what I am here for. And again, I'm just very excited for this semester to start and excited to work with you.